Now to the new protest overnight in the city of Sacramento as new questions are swirling about the police shooting of Stephon Clark, who was an unarmed black man killed in his grandmother's backyard.
Here's the big new development. Clark's family has released the results from an autopsy, which they say may contradict the official police account of the shooting. Meanwhile, we're seeing this graphic new video in a different police shooting in Louisiana. And ABC's Zachary Quiche is in Sacramento covering all of these developments for us. Zachary, good morning to you.
Yeah, Dan and Paula, two deadly shootings, each unique, but there are some similarities. One, no officers have been charged. And number two, the families of these victims and the other folks in the community say there's got to be a better way. They tell me enough is enough.
It's hard to watch.
Don't you move, I'm gonna shoot you in your head, you hear me?
The arrest of Alton Sterling, frame by frame. It's captured on this police body cam footage that was just released nearly 2 years later.
Don't you move! All right, hold up, man, you hurt my arm.
It happened in July of 2016. Alton Sterling was outside of a store in Baton Rouge selling homemade CDs. You can see his hands are up. You can hear cops shouting orders. They tackle and tase Sterling. When he mentions he has a gun, Officer Blaine Salamone shoots. 92 seconds after the incident began, Alton Sterling is dead. Friday, the police chief fired Salamone and suspended the other officer.
These actions were not minor deviations from policy.
The same kind of outrage that took place on the streets of Louisiana after the death of Sterling is playing out right here in Sacramento.
Friday, in Sacramento, an independent autopsy commissioned by the family of Stephon Clark revealing the 22-year-old may have been shot 8 times, including several times in his back, a detail that's raising questions about what police say happened.
Each one of these bullets independently possessed a fatal capacity.
The Sacramento Police Officers Association is defending the actions of officers in this video, seen running after Clark and shooting, calling them justified and saying Clark took a shooting stance and pointed an object at the officers. But there was no gun. Clark was holding a cell phone. The encounter has led to days of protest, even outside of the Sacramento Kings games. The community's response to that incident continuing overnight, a youth healing forum led by faith leaders and the Sacramento Kings focused on action and accountability.
What's the collateral damage on a person when they see people that look like them and their lives are being devalued time and time again?
Trauma, deep trauma.
Dan and Paula, they have begun to initiate the healing process here in Sacramento. The protest last night can be described as passionate, but certainly peaceful, and we expect more of the same today.
Zachary, thank you. We appreciate your coverage. Zachary Quiche in Sacramento.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
At the second autopsy, there were a total of 8 gunshot wounds. A total of 8 gunshot wounds, meaning that he was hit by 8 bullets. Stephon Clark received 8 bullets. 6 of the bullets, like you could see in the body diagram, exhibited gunshot wounds of entrance in the back, meaning he was shot in the back 6 times. The 7th gunshot wound was slightly to the side of his body, but to the back of the side of his body. So you could reasonably conclude that he received 7 gunshot wounds from his back. And each one of these bullets independently possessed a fatal capacity, meaning that out of all the 7, all he needed to have died was just one of the 7. It takes the brain about 3 to 5 minutes or 3 to 10 minutes to suffer irreversible damage. So death took about 3 to 10 minutes. It was not an instantaneous death. His back was slightly facing the officers, left back to the side. So that would why you would have the entrance to the back of the side of the back. So during the entire interaction, he had his back towards the officers, not his front.